guys.
Hey Barney, how you doing? You are looking terrible. Look, I'm not someone who likes to bring up looks. It doesn't change the argument or its validity, but I know this guy through his works, and it's just weird to see him like this. I mean, what happened to you, bro? I don't think he looks sick or anything like that. It's just that he is someone who benefits from a full beard. This short nonsense, it just doesn't suit him. There's way too much face going on. Sort it out, mate, please.
I wanted to report that I survived the Otis hurricane.
Oh, so that's when this is from. Okay, I mean, awesome. I am glad to hear it. As much as I find the things you say bafflingly insane, I genuinely hope that no harm comes to you. And I find it really baffling when I get commenters on my channels saying, "Oh, I want to punch this person," or "I wish bad things would happen to X." I mean, come on. Unless that person personally shat on your face, there really is no need for that kind of bullshit. You tell them they're wrong, and that perhaps they're even a bit dumb, and then you go and you get on with your life. There is way too much hate in this world already, and it's mine. I'm using it all to hate all of humanity, and you aren't allowed to have it.
And I think I was the direct target of this hurricane.
Oh, well, goddamn, that's a little unlikely, Barnabus. I mean, how would that even work? For starters, I only know who you are because I make stupid videos on YouTube and argue about dumb things that nobody cares about. And I am more well known than you are, and there's a bunch of people who would like to fire a hurricane or two at me, and yet they have not done so. So to think that anyone cares enough about you and your pretty silly opinions to harm you seems, well, implausible at best. Also, why would anyone do this when it would be far easier to, like, shoot you? Not to give any more unnecessary paranoia to the guy, but home invasions happen every day. Take like 2 guys and a gun to pull off and don't devastate the entirety of local infrastructure, costing probably millions of dollars to fix. In the long run at least, even in fairly remote places. You can buy some bullets for less than the cost of a packet of gum, for fuck's sake. It all just seems so unnecessarily complicated.
And lots of people say that, wow, what hurricane, how strong nature is.
That's because nature, right, is really powerful, especially when compared to the kinds of shit humanity can still only just about pull off at its most destructive. Oftentimes, nature just goes leaps and bounds beyond that, and that's without even getting off the planet. I mean, you throw in some rogue asteroids and an exploding sun or two into the mix, and the things that the natural universe can do are pretty terrifying in the sheer magnitude of the forces at play. Goddamn.
No, this is not nature, this is HAARP.
Oh, there it is, of course, HAARP. HAARP, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, every conspiracy theorist's wet dream, because it's just kind of ambiguous and unwell known enough for them to be able to say basically fucking anything they want about the place, without most people being able to easily fact check that shit. I mean, that is less true today, but it's locked in its place as government woo spooky ghosts lab long enough ago that it is now just a fact that they do all the shit that you can't explain in the world because reasons. Also, this video is a few months old, but HAARP hasn't been in operation as a military outpost for nearly a fucking decade. But, you know, whatever.
This was a directed attack to Acapulco.
In Acapulco? Well, that's just how you must know this had to be a man-made attack and not some piffling natural disaster, because that place never ever gets hurricanes, especially not during its hurricane season, or with the fact that it's a coastal region well known for nothing but perfect weather except when it's not. I'm starting to think that Barmy might be onto something. Possibly drugs.
And the eye of the hurricane was exactly where I was living.
I mean, fair play, fair play. Being in the eye of a storm is a little weird. I mean, they are only 20 to 40 miles wide, so it must have been pretty obvious that it was and could only have been aimed directly at you. Come on, dude. I know you have a victim complex, but seriously. And even if that was a sign of anything, clearly they were trying to keep you safe, since if they really wanted to fuck your shit up, they would have made circles around you without allowing you do to enter the center. That place that is famously extremely calm and a moment of relative safety. That's the thing about the subject of conspiracies. They are always the world's most hyper-competent organizations that leave nothing to chance until they are not for no reason. And they just fuck up everything.
So I think it was directed to me. They knew that I was living there.
How? And why would they care? I mean, I have seen what you do, and it's not exactly what I would call impressive. It is, in fact, really, really dumb. And any government that wanted to make sure that the people were as stupid as possible would frankly promote your content. And that's the other thing. This video, it's still here. It's still up. Why don't these organizations that have control over the literal weather, a thing man most certainly didn't make and would take unbelievable power to control, but they can't get some online video platform to take down a couple of big, scary, exposed videos? Again, with the weird, wildly differing levels of competence.
And anyway, I survived. It was really tough. It was brutal.
Hey man, I might be giving you a hard time for thinking some extremely ridiculous things, but man, I do feel for you. I can't imagine how scary that was, and again, I'm glad to see you came out of the other side relatively unharmed. But it wasn't aimed at you. I promise you that. I mean, consider the other people who had the same thing happening to them too. And I can only guess, but the people who actually got hurt, the people who actually lost their lives, either literally or because everything they own was destroyed, and all to get to you? How big is your ego that you think any organization would do something so fucking stupid when again weapons exist and are actually in a literal way capable of targeting someone and just them alone? It's all so wildly inefficient.
And I also escaped, so I'm no longer there.
God, I hope you went somewhere not known for regularly being hit by storms. Then at least you might be able to wrap your head around the fact that it had nothing to do with you. Although knowing my luck, he's gone to the one place that's scheduled for a storm and then he's going to just keep thinking this shit is all about him. Christ.
But I want to show you the force of this brutal harp attack.
Again, it isn't, because again, HARP isn't run by anyone who would be using it as a weapon, even though again, it can't do pretty much any of the shit that people like yourself think it can. And you have never even come remotely close to demonstrating that it could. But that's only because why prove something when you can endlessly make shit up and say that it's true? It's way easier than actually being right about anything. Who needs that shit?
Direct energy attack on Acapulco and on me. I'll show you pictures and videos, so get ready and share it.
So for a little bit he goes to show off some frankly pretty compelling footage and such that of course does nothing toward demonstrating anything like this is deliberately an attack made at me, Mr. Barnabus Nagy, the world's least important conspiracy nobody. But again, I still give him props, because while he, at least I assume it's his footage, was out staring down the beast, I would definitely have been hiding in a cupboard drinking all of the whiskey. Not because I fear the weather or anything like that, it's just, it happened on a day ending in Y, and that's just what I do when that happens.
So here on this picture you can see the Yacht Club that was in front of my place. This is a backyard.
Did you say yacht club, as in like a boating club? A thing one assumes was pretty close to the water. And you are surprised that you ended up in the eye of a storm when you were as pretty much close as you could be to where hurricanes come from. In again, a place where they happen like a lot. Wild.
Some of the neighbors, the roof was totally moved, all the construction.
You mentioned directed energy weapons, and look at that devastation. Where exactly is the direction in that? It's seriously like dropping a nuke on an ant's nest because one of the ants might be thinking that you're a bit of an arsehole, blowing up a city in the process. It makes no sense that they would do that, and the fact that you think you are so important to anyone in the world that they would do anything remotely like that just to get to you, well, it speaks volumes to whatever kind of narcissism you appear to be suffering from. Also, in all seriousness, if I thought that anyone had the ability to do that to me, I wouldn't live near frickin' anyone. Although to be fair, that would be the same if they weren't, because again, I do hate them all so much. Shit, maybe he's onto something.
And the palm trees were taken out by their roots. large trees as well, uprooted from the ground.
That seems efficient. You see, if I want to really hurt someone, I go into their garden and dig up all the flowers and leave them all over the place. Actually, you know what? That would probably work. Imagine you had been working for years on your garden and then some fucker comes along and tears up all your prized petunias. Not even to steal them, but just to leave them destroyed on your patio. That would really take some fuck you energy to pull off.
So, let me remind you of something.
That you are totally a Poe and not a nutjob who genuinely believes some extremely wacky crap. Oh wait, no, that's just what some people in my audience who are just too incredulous for their own good say. Yes, there are people who think genuinely crazy crap exists. The fact that you seem to think they don't is actually the most insane take of all. Get help.
Nature doesn't destroy nature.
That is the most obviously incorrect thing you have ever said, that then circles all the way around to accidentally being correct, and also misses the entire point of your own story where you were in a man-made town. So for starters, yeah, that's kind of true as a whole. Nature is just things happening in the universe. The idea that it destroyed itself doesn't really make any sense. But what he really means is that natural things don't destroy other natural things, which is just so obviously untrue. The idea that someone can say it with a straight face is completely wild. Although, then again, he isn't showing his face, so maybe. But yeah, natural things destroy other natural things all the time. Whether it be animals hunting, or geological and of course meteorological phenomenon. I mean, for fuck's sake, you were near the ocean. You know that sand stuff that is known to be in and around them? That's literally made from destroyed rocks. Destruction is simply a fundamental part of nature, and it wouldn't work without it. God damn.
Nature is intelligent.
No, it isn't. Otherwise, it wouldn't have evolved a humans. The worst thing it could have possibly done, not only to itself, but more importantly to me. I mean, seriously, how can you say something that made this thing could be anything other than a complete idiot?
It wants to protect itself. It wants to preserve itself.
Nope, it actually doesn't care about anything, really. Nature is just the word we use to describe the universe in which we inhabit. It's just kind of there, as far as we can tell, and the idea that any of it gives a single shit about the existence of any of the stuff on Earth is frankly laughable. Unless you are a flat earther and don't really believe in space, and oh, yeah, you really don't do space, do you?
It does not. It does not destroy itself.
Well, this posits the question of, do you think that hurricanes are new? Storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, fucking volcanoes, all of these things have existed since the dawn of history, when humans were putting, well, I want to say pen to paper, but it was probably more like rock to other bigger rock, because the tech just wasn't even that advanced. Civilizations have been wiped out by natural disasters. Towns and cities have been swept from the planet overnight, all way before anyone built fucking HARP or any of its contemporaries. And all of those things have also happened to big chunks of nature. All for no reason, because nature doesn't have reasons. It just is. It just does. And the notion that it would care even slightly is simply ludicrous.
Man, and exactly these beings that we are talking about, the warden, his entities, his adjustment bureau.
It must be pretty wild to live in your own little world where shit like the SCP Foundation is actually real and out there and out to get you. And at the same time just does the most insanely stupid shit to achieve that goal. I mean, the cognitive dissonance it takes to think that you are so important, you must be eradicated from existence by an organization so powerful that it controls the fucking weather, and yet you're fine. And nobody actually bothers to send you a strongly worded letter and ask you to stop shitting off your balcony or whatever. I assume he does that. I mean, who doesn't? And I will never stop.
The dark entities that rule this world, they want to destroy nature.
Well, then they are completely out of their minds, because that is literally impossible. In fact, if they exist within nature, they are in fact part of nature, because that's the thing about physical reality. If you're in it, you're in it. Unless they are supernatural, when I don't know why they find this so hard. I mean, all they have to do is touch the...
Yeah, and I believe, as I said, this was a direct attack on me because they knew I was there.
Dude, you said it yourself. They want to destroy nature. Surely this shouldn't surprise you. You shouldn't think that it was on you because, come on, destroy nature or some online video boy. Although, to be fair, if it was just to get more clicks, well, the drama is far better than destroying the planet. Apparently, no one cares about that.
I was an easy target because I was close to the beach.
He's so close to getting it. And if you knew that, why the hell were you on the beach? And if you are such an easy target, why are you still here? And why can we still watch your shit? That's right, because no one is trying to kill you. You just have an ego the size of fucking Acapulco.
And they wanted to do this. I recently deleted my YouTube channel. I don't know if you have noticed.
Oh, well, I noticed, and more so, I've actually been blamed for it. And frankly, that's part of why I wanted to get the video to this point. So the next time someone thinks that I have the power to make Barney do fucking anything, they can come here, and then they can shut the fuck up. I mean, frankly, if I was to get Barnabus to do anything, it would be to stop getting his opinions from the internet. But let's let him answer this in his own words.
I didn't get anyone missing me from YouTube, but yeah, I deleted it. I deleted it because I didn't feel that it's anyhow necessary, and I was not able to get any new projects, no new work, because I think they are tracking me. So I deleted it. I only have Odyssey now.
You see, that's it. I didn't kill Barney's channel. The government did it by having him make the conscious decision to delete it, even though he literally didn't have to, and deleting it made absolutely no difference, in his own words, to even the people who apparently liked his garbage. It's almost like no one is actually out to get you. They would have to give a shit first.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the